respected Director Sir, Dean Sir, Vice Principal Sir, teachers, dear cadets and fellow learners. Today, I cadet Ram Vaishnavi with my fellow cadet
K.R. Reshmi from grade 9D
are here to welcome you all to the special episode of Toastmasters Club Season 2, Episode 2. Let's stand for National Anthem, Vande Mataram.
National song shuru kar.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sudaram, Sufalam, Malayada Sitaram, Jayasyamalam, Vande Mataram, Subrajosha Pulavidayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadura Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhuravashini, Sukadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Here, words are more than just speech. They are windows to ideas, questions, and solutions that shape our world. Today, our young speakers will tackle issues that open span from medicine to empowerment, from climate to technology, and from innovation to nation building. Let's applaud their courage and confidence as they transform knowledge into inspiration.
School. Bacho.
Our first speaker, Cadet Nihira, introduces us to a subject where science, ethics, and humanity converge. Organ transplant tourism in India. Her speech sheds light on the opportunities it creates, the moral challenges it poses, and its impact on India's role in global healthcare. Let us listen with keen attention as Nihira takes us into this thought-provoking world.
Ready to respected dignitaries, coordinators, teachers, and all my dear fellow Toastmasters. I cadet A. Hira from 6th D. Today I am going to speak about organ transplant tourism in India. Every 10 minutes someone in India is added to organ transplant waiting list. Every hour a patient dies waiting for a donor. In this landscape of need, India has also become a global destination for organ transplant tourism, attracting patients from Middle East, Africa, Europe and beyond. By in the news, recent note of figure shows foreign patients forming a growing share transplants in top Indian hospitals. These are raised questions about prioritizations, regulations and the ethics of balancing international demands with domestic shortages. What is organ transplant tourism? It's when people travel to abroad to get transplants, often because it's cheaper, faster, or of comparable quality to their home country. India offers high success rates for kidney, liver, and heart transplants at a fraction of US and UK cost, with skilled surgeons and modern facilities. Significance: medical tourism contributes over 9 billion annually in India's economy, with transplants forming a niche but high-value segment. It boosts hospitals' revenues, funds advanced researchers, and creates jobs in healthcare and allied services. India has become a hub for organ transplant tourism, with many foreign patients flocking to our country for life-saving transplant. But behind this booming industry lies a complex web of ethical concerns, legal ambiguities and human sufferings. On one hand, organ transplantation has revolutionized healthcare, offering hope to thousands of patients worldwide. India's medical infrastructure, skilled surgeons and the competitive costs have made it an attractive destination for organ transplant tourism. However, this raises questions about ethics of organ trade, exploiting of vulnerable populations, and the commodification of human body parts. The Indian government has taken steps to regulate organ transplantation through Transplantation of Human Organs Act. However, enforcement remains to be a challenge and the black market of organs continues to thrive. We need stricter implementation of laws, promotion of diseased organ donation, and the public awareness campaigns to address the shortage of organs. As we move forward, we must prioritize ethical practices, transparency, and fairness in organ transplantation. We need to ensure that the dignity and rights of donors are protected and that the benefits of organ transplantation are shared equitably. Let us strive to create a system that saves lives while upholding human values. Together we can make a difference and ensure that organ transplant tourism in India is beacon of hope, not exploitation. Challenges, yet this field walks a fine ethical line. Risk of illegal organ trade exploiting vulnerable donors, shortage for domestic patients. 5 lakh people need organs annually, but fewer than 16,000 transplants happen. Gaps in international patient regulation making oversight difficult. Cases like 2016 Chennai kidney racket shows how desperation and profit can create dangerous networks. Future possibilities. India can lead ethically creating a national transparent organ allocation registry that includes foreign patients. Encouraging voluntary domestic donation awareness through public awareness. Signing in international medical ethics agreements to curb exploitation. Spain, for example, has the world's highest donation thanks to an policy and strong public trust. In conclusion, organ transplant tourism can be a force for good saving lives across borders if regulated with compassion and integrity. The art of medicine, as Hippocrates said, is rooted as humanity. The challenge for India is ensuring that in serving the world, we never shortchange our own people. Here, I conclude my speech. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Nihira. You have reminded us that the true strength of medicine lies not just in science, but in humanity and conscience.
A powerful beginning. From the ethics of healthcare, let us now move to the empowerment of society. Our next speaker, Cadet Akshita, turns her attention to the heart of progress, female labor force participation. Her speech highlights how women's active role in the workforce can reshape economics, inspire equality, and accelerate national growth. Let's welcome Akshita to share her vision of empowerment and inclusivity.
Jai Hind and good morning to respected dignitaries, coordinators, teachers and all leaders of Veritas Sainik School. I am Akshita from grade 6 reading. Today I am here to speak about female labor force participation rate. Close our eyes and picture India in 2040. Do you see women leading factories, research labs, farms, startups and government offices? That vision is possible if we tackle one number, the female labor force participation rate. Wired News, recent pediatric labor force show India FLPR for women from 23% in 2017 to 2018 to over 37% in 2017, 2023 to 2024. An encouraging jump driven mostly by rural self-employment. The gap between men's LFPR is still 75%, remains wide, especially in high skills and formal jobs. What is LFPR? It measures the share of women aged 50 plus who are working or actively seeking work. The number is influenced by education, social norms, availability of jobs and economic conditions. In countries like Vietnam and China, women's LFPR is about 70%, showing what's possible with supportive policies and societal attitude. Significance: boosting LFPR is not just charity, it is the economic sense. McKinsey estimated India to add $770 billion to its GDP by 2025. If women participated in economy at the same rate as men, more women working means more women women working means more household income, better education for children, and stronger consumer base. Challenges: 8 women face structural barriers. Unpaid care work: women spend 9 times more hours on domestic duties than men. Safety concern during travel and late working hours. Stereotypes that pushes women into lower paying and soft skill jobs. Many of them exit from workforce after marriage and childbirth due to lack of maternity support and flexible roles. Let me ask you a simple question. Can a bird fly with one wing? India is that bird and the wings are men and women. But right now, only one wing is fully stretched. The other women's participation in the labor force is still struggling to take flight. Current reports show that women's FLPR is 50% population in India. Only around 30% are in the workforce. Compare this with countries like China. There are about 60% women working. The gap is not just statistic. It is the story of lost potential. Imagine this: if more women are in the workforce, India's GDP could rise by dollars of trillions of dollars. Beyond if women earn, she educates her children, uplifts her family, and strengthens her community. Yes, we have progress. Schemes like Skill India, women's like startup, the rise of remote work that opens a new door. In fact, rural women are selling online products and the young girls are entering into fields like AI and space technology. Yet challenges remain: wage gap, workplace safety, lack of childcare, and social barriers. The real question is not whether women can do work, whether we as society are willing to make space for them. So what can we do as Toastmasters, as future leaders? We can break stereotypes, support equality at our workplace, and celebrate women's contribution, not just on Women's Day, but every day. Future possibilities. We can change this by setting up affordable childcare centers in every district, incentivizing companies to hire and retain women post-maternity, promoting STEM education for girls from the school level, leveraging remote work to tap women's skills, beyond urban areas. Bangladesh garment industry is an example, employing billions of women, transform both economy and social structure. India can achieve similar breakthrough in sectors like green tech, healthcare, and digital sectors. In conclusion, improving FLPR is not just women's issue. It is the growth strategy. As Christine Lagarde once said, when women do better, economy do better. The question for us is, are we ready to build an India where every woman's ambition has a place? Thank you and Jai Hind. NCC clap, show your cut.
Brilliant, Akshita. You have shown us that when women rises, societies don't just progress, they transform.
Inspiring indeed. From empowering women in society, we now move to empowering the planet with sustainable energy solutions. Our third speaker, Cadet Penny addresses one of the humanity's most urgent concerns, climate change. She explores whether nuclear energy could be the key to balancing the planet's rising energy demands. With the need for sustainability, her speech reminds us that today's choices will shape tomorrow's survival. Over to Pennedy.
Permission to begin, sir? Thank you, sir. Good morning to fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, and my young friends. I'm Kennedy of grade 6. Today, I'm glad to deliver a speech on powering the future, nuclear energy as a climate solution. Imagine a power plant that runs around the clock, rain or shine, and produces a massive amount of electricity without a single wisp of smoke or a gram of carbon dioxide. For a long time, the world has been searching a solution for climate change. Many have pointed to solar and wind. But today, a powerful contender is re-emerging from the shadows of controversy. Nuclear energy. It's a technology often misunderstood, but its potential to combat climate change is immense. Today, I want to talk about why nuclear energy is a critical part of the solution and what it means for India's clean energy future. Number 1. India's clean energy future. Clean and reliable powerhouse. The most compelling reason to consider nuclear energy is its nearly zero carbon emissions. Unlike fossil fuels like coal or natural gas, nuclear power plants do not burn anything. They generate electricity through a process called nuclear fission, which releases a vast amount of energy without producing greenhouse gases. This is a game changer. Globally, nuclear power already prevents a billion tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. The final outcome from COP28 is the major UN climate summit formally acknowledged nuclear energy for the first time as a zero or low emission technology. But it's not just clean, it's also incredibly reliable. Unlike fossil fuel, nuclear power is what we call a baseload power source. This makes it the perfect partner for intermittent renewables like solar and wind, providing stability and security for our electrical grids. It provides electricity 24/7 regardless whether the sun is shining or the wind is blowing. Imagine a future where a mix of solar, wind and nuclear ensures we never have to worry about a power outage, all while keeping our air clean. Number 2, addressing two big questions, safety and waste. Now, when we talk about nuclear energy, two big questions always come up. What about the waste and is it safe? These are fair and important questions that deserve clear answers. First, let's address nuclear waste. Yes, the used fuel is highly radioactive, but its volume is incredibly small. All the spent nuclear fuels ever produced globally could fit into a few Olympic-sized swimming pools. Countries are now developing safe, long-term solutions for this waste, such as deep geological repositories. This is in stark contrast to the millions of tons of hazardous ash caused by air pollution and coal plants every year. Modern reactor designs have passive safety impact, meaning they can shut down automatically without a human intervention during an emergency. In fact, studies show that nuclear energy is one of the safest energy sources, far safer than coal, which causes a huge number of deaths from air pollution. Number 3, India's ambitious nuclear vision. In India, we understand this potential. Our government has made nuclear energy a key pillar of its climate strategy. We have set an ambitious target to significantly increase our nuclear power capacity to 100 gigawatts by 2047. This is a strategic move that not only helps us meet our climate goals, but also ensures our long-term energy security. To achieve this, India is exploring new technologies like small modular reactors, SMR, which are smaller, safer and easier to build. This is a huge jump from our current capacity. In conclusion, nuclear energy is one of the nuclear energy is a powerful, reliable and clean source of electricity. It offers a clear path to reducing carbon emissions and securing our energy future. While challenges remain, the technology is evolving and the global and national consensus is shifting. By embracing
By embracing nuclear energy alongside renewables, India and the world can forge a sustainable path forward. As future leaders, it's crucial that we understand this complex issue and advocate for smart, clean and safe energy solutions. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Pennedy. You showed us that when handled wisely, the power of atom could become the power to protect our planet.
From energy that fuels the earth, let us now turn to time that fuels the digital era. Our fourth speaker, Cadet Parthavi, unveils a fascinating leap of science, the White Rabbit Collaboration. It is a global initiative that synchronizes time across digital networks with microsecond precision. In her speech, Parthavi reveals why timing is not just technical, but fundamental to innovation and progress in the modern world. Let us give her a warm welcome.
Permission to begin, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests and my young friends. I am S. Parthavi Reddy from grade 6E. Today I am here to deliver a speech on White Rabbit Collaboration, a global clock for our digital age. Imagine you are watching the same movie with your friends, but your screens are off by a single second. The jokes land late, the suspense is ruined and the experience is completely out of sync. Now imagine this problem on a global scale. Instead of second, we are talking about a tiny and invisible fraction of second, a nanosecond. In this world of modern science and technology, a nanosecond can mean the time difference between a successful experiment or a total failure. This is the challenge of brilliant minds at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, set out to solve. Their solution is called White Rabbit, and to make this technology a global standard, they have launched the White Rabbit Collaboration. Today, I would like to tell about this fascinating project, why it's a game changer and how it's shaping the future of our digital world. So, what's exactly White Rabbit? It is the technology that provides a common shared of sense with incredible precision. It combines two things that we already know. First one, Ethernet, the standard way computers and devices connect in a network. Second, Precision Time Protocol, PTP, a system that synchronizes clocks in a network. White Rabbit takes these two technologies and supercharges them. It can synchronize devices across a network down to a sub-nanosecond level, which is the billionth of a second. Think about that for a moment. This level of precision is crucial for complex experiments where data from thousands of sensors must be perfectly aligned to get the correct reading. It was originally created to synchronize the devices in CERN's particle physics laboratory, but it potentially quickly became obvious to everyone else. While White Rabbit was born in the world of high energy and physics, its applications are spreading like wildfire into other fields. This is because the need for extremely precise time is not limited to particle accelerators. It is becoming a fundamental requirement for many industries. For instance, the finance sector split-second synchronization is useful for high-frequency trading. A time difference between a few just nanoseconds would mean a company loses millions of dollars. In telecommunication, the technology helps coordinate the signals from a vast network base stations, ensure seamless calls and data transfers. White Rabbit is even explored to use it in quantum internet, a revolutionary network that will use quantum machines to transmit information. This shows that the technology is not just for the present, but paving the way for the future. This is where White Rabbit Collaboration comes in. Launched in 2024, the collaboration is a global community of companies, research institutions, and universities. The goal is to maintain and enhance the open source of White Rabbit technology, which is its most unique feature. Unlike proprietary technologies that are kept secret, White Rabbit is open for anyone to use, modify, and improve. The collaboration provides a platform for all these stakeholders to come together, identify and benefit the future of technology. It offers dedicated support, training and testing ecosystem that ensure a high quality, reliability and trustworthy technology. By making it an open source, CERN and its partners are not just creating a technology, they are creating a new global that is accessible to everyone. In conclusion, the White-Rabbit collaboration is a powerful example of how open source innovations can solve complex real-world problems. That started as a niche requirement in a particle physics laboratory has now grown into a global movement to establish a common precise time for our digital age. This is the story about the power of collaboration, and it shows that the future technology is not just about competition but about working together to build better, more synchronized world. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Impressive, Bhargavi. You reminded us that in a digital era, precision in time is precision in progress.
And now, from the rhythm of digital time, we now move to the rhythm of clean energy innovation in our nation. Our final speaker for today, Cadet Rayam Chakradhar, takes us into an arena of energy and innovation. His speech focuses on India's first small-scale LNG plant, a milestone in clean technology and sustainable progress. He shows us that even modest innovations can transform industries and drive India towards self-reliance. Let us welcome Chakradhar with applause.
Permission to begin, sir? Jai Hind and good morning to fellow Toastmasters and guests. I Cadet Rayam Chakradhar, studying in the 6th standard B section of Veritas Sainik school. Today, I want you to imagine this. You are traveling on a highway in the near future. The air feels cleaner, the traffic moves quietly, and at the fueling station, instead of petrol pumps, you see trucks and buses refueling with clear coal liquid called LNG or liquefied natural gas. This is not a scene from a distant future. It's the direction India is heading towards. Thanks to a milestone that was just achieved, the launch of our first ever small-scale LNG plant. India has set an ambitious goal to increase the share of natural gas use in the primary energy mix by current 6% to 15% by 2030. This shift is not just about fuel, it's about cleaner cities, reduced oil imports and sustainable growth. Recently, GAIL India Ltd, our largest natural gas company, commissioned the first small-scale LNG unit at its own Vijaypur site in Madhya Pradesh. It can produce 36 tons of LNG every single day. While it may sound like a technical number, but its real impact is far-reaching. At the Vijaypur plant, the natural gas was sent to treatment kits, also called as deputies, to remove impurities. Then it enters to liquefaction kits, also called as cryo boxes, where it is cooled to an astonishing -162°C. At that temperature, the gas turns into a liquid, shrinking its volume by 600 times. This means we can store and transport the liquid far more efficiently and even far from pipelines. You might be wondering, why go small when we can build giant LNG terminals? The answer is flexibility. Large LNG plants are expensive, time-consuming, and tied to fixed locations. Small-scale LNG plants, on the other hand, can be easily installed close to industrial clusters, transport hubs, or even in remote regions. They can start supplying fuel quickly without waiting years of a pipeline to reach them. Let me give an example. In parts of Scandinavia, the small-scale LNG has allowed fishing communities and island industries to switch from diesel to cleaner gas within months, something that would have taken decades with traditional infrastructure. From an economic perspective, this is a game changer. India imports a large share of its crude oil, which is costly and vulnerable to global price fluctuations. LNG, when produced domestically, helps to reduce the dependency. Every single percentage point increase in natural gas use means billions of rupees saved. And it's not just about money, it's about jobs. Setting up and operating SSLNG plants requires technicians, drivers, engineers, and the maintenance crew. The supply chain increase will stimulate local economies, especially in smaller towns and industrial belts. The environmental benefits are equally powerful. Compared to diesel, LNG emits up to 30% less CO2, almost no sulfur oxide, and drastically fewer particulate emissions. This is critical for India, where air pollution affects millions of each year. Cleaner fuel means fewer respiratory illnesses, healthier children, and more productive workers. Let's not forget, India has pledged to achieve net zero by 2070. Tragedy knowing cleaner fuels like LNG is a bridge to that goal. The Vijaypur plant is just a starting point. Imagine the fleets of LNG powered trucks transporting the goods across the country, reducing both cost and emissions. Even railways could one day explore LNG as a both alternative to conventional fuel. In conclusion, India's first small-scale LNG plant is not just an industrial project. It's a symbol of adaptability, sustainability, and progress. Globally, small-scale LNG is currently being used in ferries in Norway, mining operations in Australia, long-haul trucking in the US. With right push, India can lead its transformation in Asia. So the next time you see a truck traveling on a highway, imagine that is powered by LNG, cleaner, faster, and better for our country. And remember this, change doesn't always begin with something massive.
Thank you, Ryan Chakrathar. You showed us the small innovations, when guided by vision, can create large-scale national impact. I know all of you are waiting for the results. Upholding the suspense, now I would like to invite our honorable dignitaries on the dais.
Wonderful preparation, very, very well prepared. They have been struggling hard to keep their best. It was very difficult for us to whom to put up or down. They all have just missed out in each other for only getting stuck or trying to recollect or not bringing life into the speech. See, memorizing 2 pages and coming and rattling out is not very important for the senior cadets. You must understand the subject. You must connect with the audience. You must speak to them. Not that you just whatever you memorize, you must come and tell here. Each topic is very, very important. They are current in nature and very, very important to the society. So is the case. The audience has to really extract a lot of inputs from these speeches and prepare yourself. If the children have come on the stage, they have gone through so much of screening at the class level and then further screening at the Toastmaster in charge. Therefore, each one of you required to listen attentively and make a note of it. If you are not understood, go back and ask the Indian teacher. I am not understood, can you tell me once again? They will be ready to help. Because they have read this topic nearly 100 times by the time they have come here. Very good effort for the team, Toastmasters. Congratulations to the teachers who are involved and to the students especially. Hats off to their effort. Excellent presentation. But again, when the race is there, only one wins. Therefore, we will have only one person who will be the best among this lot. Continue preparing for the current topics, irrespective of whether you come to Toastmasters or not. You are all preparing for the assembly election. You should be seen as a Toastmaster even if you are not there. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Once again, congrats to the episodes of today's episode, team members and the in charge. Thank you. Jai Hind.
So the winner of today's Toastmaster episode goes to Ryan Chakrathar of 6B.
Principal sir. Principal sir.
I call Nihira Reddy to receive participation certificate. I I call Akshita to receive participate certificate and badge.
NCC clap, शुरू कर. NCC clap, शुरू कर.
Receive participation certificate and badge.
As we come to the end of this excellent show, I would like to thank and pour my gratitude towards our respected Director Sir and Dean Sir for giving us these wonderful opportunities to excel ourselves. Then, I would like to thank our respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir for their guidance and motivation. You inspire us the most, sir. And now, I would like to thank our coordinators and teachers who are constantly behind us, showing the right path. And not only them, but also I would like to thank our non-teaching facilities and instructors and PT coaches who helps us in this easy conduction of each and every event. Without you, it's impossible. Last but not least, I would like to thank our Veritas Sainik school cadets for their attention and cooperation. Thank you, cadets. With this, I am concluding my words. Thank you and Jai Hind.
On behalf of all present, I thank our speakers for their preparations, our mentors for their guidance, and for our audience for their encouragement. Let us continue to speak with courage, listen with empathy, and grow with knowledge. Let's conclude this increment event with National Anthem.